Hello, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm so late. I had to work out some details with my mom because I'm going and making tamales. Oh my god, you subscribed for 32 months. Oh my god. Thank you for the sub, Cal. You know what this means. Hold on, I gotta go find you. There's no easy way to do this. Yes. 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 Okay, now I have subscribed to you. I cannot be stopped. I have whispers. What? Why are people? Hey, buddy. What? People send me weird shit on DMs on Twitch. I'm like, these are people who've never been to my streams. I'm like, if you don't come and talk to me in my chat, I'm ignoring you. How you doing, Cal? Sorry I'm so late. My energy today is weird. I slept, though. Again. We got a chips with the ooh. Hold on. Why you know ooh? There we go. Ooh. I ooh-wooed. How you doing, Chips? Just as a heads up, actually, let me zoom in so that way we don't have to look at it. I am covering some pretty intense topics in this particular comic page, and if you are uncomfortable with the imagery of intended self-harm, nothing happens, and this is a moment in which that self-harm is stopped. Please feel free to just dip out of the stream. I'm not going to be offended or anything because I recognize it's a pretty heavy topic. And hopefully I'll be able to just color through this really quickly and call it good. Thankfully, this is one of those things where nothing happens. Hello? I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. I haven't watched that movie in a while. Oh my god, Photoshop, please. Please, buddy. My head down. To the sky now. Otherwise, though, I don't got much else going on. I'm eating some rice pudding for breakfast. We made Victorian-style rice pudding. To be honest, it's just rice oatmeal. Oh yeah, it was bad. Beauty and the Beast was bad for that. We don't talk about it. If you want to watch the best version of Beauty and the Beast ever, it's the Jean Cocteau version. It's this one. It's very old. It was made in 1946. You can watch it for free on Tubi. I would highly recommend it. I'm going to share it into the chat. This is legitimately the most beautiful Beauty and the Beast I have ever seen in my whole life. And Jean Cocteau was a playwright, and he specifically directed for ballet. And so all of the stage direction is fucking magical. Actually, I think... Hello? I think that's actually Mom. I'm like, what am I looking at here? I don't know. Yeah, I had to watch that one time for my film class, like my history of a film class, and honestly, worth every goddamn second. The only good thing that they did in the Disney live-action remake of Beauty and the Beast was re-putting in Gaston's gay-as-fuck lines and allowing a gay actor to play LeFou because it's more, like, accurate to the original vision for the film. That's, like, the only thing. Everything else was trash. I'm using a mouse right now. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but so far everything is turning out okay. But yeah, otherwise, I don't got a lot going on. Yeah, let me see if Heaven's Equal Volume 2 is still a #1 bestseller. Oh, nope, not anymore. I'm glad I saw that and I screenshotted it when I did. But my comic was a #1 new bestseller on Amazon for like 5 seconds. So that was pretty fucking sweet. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I have to do like student office hours today, and it's the last of the season, and I'm like trying to not feel like super worn down by the whole thing. There are so many students this week that, or this semester, that just didn't turn shit in. And I am trying to not feel like I've been wildly disrespected. And so it's really difficult for me to care and to want to, like, help kids improve their grades and stuff when it's like, you guys literally just, like, did not give a shit. Or unfortunately, they think it's like high school where you can, like, turn in things at the end of the semester. And it's like, y'all realize you're losing like 20% of your grade for turning it in late, right? And I shouldn't even be accepting it late. So I have the rage. I have the rage against the machine. All right, I'm working on the hard panel now, just so that everybody like knows. But you've been warned. Oh yeah, I forgot that her shirt was the same color. This is like going to be one of the first panels that I'm going to have to like label as like relatively graphic. Oh my god, Mr. Man, have you been in here this whole time? He was asleep on my husband's chair. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know it. Mr. Bubs, it's time to feed the Snorlax. If you haven't eaten anything today, please go eat. My spirit to go. I need... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Into the darkness we can fly. Goddamn, Scooter doesn't have to go this hard. See the light. On account of love. I see the light. I love jumps or like hard style. Like, goddamn. There we go. That's better. I'm kind of sad that I'm done with Appetite now. Like, it's really bizarre finishing such a really difficult story because, I don't know, you feel like you just go through some shit with the characters, like, really bad. And this book definitely has the most severe consequences out of a lot of the work that I've worked on. And, it's hard leaving them, you know? It feels like you have, like, formed relationships with people. On account of love. But now I get to move on to some traumatized Von Altises, so I guess there's that. Well, and it's crazy, because I've been working on that book since I was in college, so that's a thing, a story that's like over a decade in the making. It's very similar to how like One Pale Reflection is for me, where it's like I've been working on it for a really long time, and now I can finally say like, yes, it's done, you know? Now, granted, I gotta cut a bunch of words, but... Oops, not that one. But particularly with this story, it's exceptionally, like, intense content. So it can be very bizarre putting it down. Hello? I felt the same way when I finished Fatal Mechanisms, too. Yeah, technically, this round was just transcribing it, so I'm moving it. I moved from effectively, like, a round... It was, like, a round 4 edit. You know, it just needed some cleanup really bad. And now I need a like proof edit of it really bad. But I also need to like self-edit it again, so it'll have been through several rounds of editing at this point. So it was already finished. I just had to like rewrite it effectively. Okay, this is actually the only dialogue on the whole page. It's gonna be the same thing with the fucking Nathan book too, I can tell you that. It's gonna fuck me up. But the Von Altus books are gonna be pretty intense as well. I'm really excited. I'll be starting to work on that next week on stream. I'm probably not going to need this big of a bubble. That's what I figured. This bubble is ginormo. All right, we're all good. Oh! No, we're not. All right, cool. Amazing. Now we're going to open. Oh, well, actually, I might need some. I'm going to go ahead and do some motion lines here for a lot of this. Because I want to make it very clear, like, what's going on here. She's wiggling. We got a wiggly foot. Sean is running at the speed of sound. Did you know she could do that? Noom! She says noom. Thankfully, she ran fast enough. Just like Sonic. I was trying to explain to my parents what the fuck happened with Sonic and they didn't understand. Which is a surprise because my dad loves Jim Carrey, so I'm like, please just go watch Sonic. You'll get it. I just had one. This is such a Blockhead Von Altus song. I'm excited to get to that thing eventually, too. One day. We got an email today from Wattpad HQ saying that they're planning on overhauling the entirety of the Wattpad's creators program. So I'm really curious to see what they have to say about that. Because they're like asking what features we want and stuff like that from the Wattpad creators program, and as of right now there's not really anything that separates like Wattpad creators from regular users on the platform, other than they get access to like some behind the scenes resources. And I'm like, y'all need to actually make an effort to give us more publishing opportunities Because the fact that I have like 30,000 reads on King of Dust and nothing has come from it is so fucking annoying to me as a creator. So I'm like, if you're gonna do this, you can't just like bury the creators who are actually like making a difference. So we'll see how that goes. Hold on. I would really just like love to be able to actually get my writing career off the ground. So that way I'm not just like writing books into the void. I'm so thankful for all y'all for reading my shit, by the way. Because literally without you, I would be like, I would have, it would feel like there was no point. So I do appreciate that a lot because it's really difficult to be, or to get visibility just like in general. It's kind of a tight page or tight panel set, but that's okay. I want this to feel like it's really fast. I'm drinking today. The Advent Calendar tea is Wuyi Narcissus Wulong. I love Wulong so much. The Wuyi region is my favorite for tea. Ah, it just has such a minerally finish. It's so good. Holy shit. Okay. Jolly good. Image. Nope, not image size. Duplicate. Oops, 250. Oh my god, we're on page 250! Yo! Oh, actually, I realize I made a mistakey. That's okay, though. It's an easy to fix mistakey. Oh, my foot's so asleep. Oh, I sat on it funky. Oh, I have many regrets. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. There we go, better. Now, is it going to leave a little bit of a ring? Yeah, but that's all right. Hey, Aqua, how's it going? How are you today? All right. Yo, 250. That's crazy. I can't believe that I've stuck with this bastard for this long. I'm 5 follows away on Tapas, by the way, from being able to monetize my comic. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, following on Tapas is 100% free. Tapas is an alternative to Webtoon for any of you who are curious. They treat their creators way better than the folks over on Webtoon do. On Webtoon, you have to get to like 10,000 followers on your comic in order to monetize it, versus on Webtoon, you have to get to 100, or on Tapas, pardon me. So if you want to go check it out, I dropped the link to the comic in the chat where you can follow it and read it for free. Oh my god, you're like, literally fine, I'll just do the minimum requirement. Well, I'm glad that you passed it, because like, honestly, that's awful. Yeah, no, like, what's the point? You know? It's tough. The AI shit is spicy right now. I recognize that Larian is currently getting their asses dragged because of the way that they phrased something. Yeah, there you go. Well, honestly, like, sometimes I don't think, like, fucking doing that math and cutting your losses like that is a bad strategy at all. Like, legit. I'm glad that you were able to keep your B. Honestly, that's what the teachers have to realize. Like, if the teachers are unwilling to actually put in effort in making the projects, it's like, why would the students want to put in effort doing the thing? Feels like a massive waste of time. Okay, actually, I'm going to do the most simple comic layout for this page because I can. I've been doing pretty complex ones for the last couple of pages. And I don't have to do that if I don't want to. I can do the Korean webtoon thing and just have a bunch of fucking talking heads. No one can stop me. Oops, wrong layer. I got 174 out of 200 on a project with no sketch prototype. I only did the math to make sure it was possible. Well, right, exactly. Exactly. Like, why would you do anything else? No, it makes fucking sense, dude. No, that makes sense. I would have done the same exact shit. It feels very disrespectful as a student. Like, it feels so disrespectful to have a teacher do that to you. It's like, why the fuck would I want to learn from you? Like, regardless of the level of education you're receiving, it's like, you're getting paid to do that. Yeah, today I'm drinking, Wu Yi Narcissus Wulong. From the mist-covered Wu Yi Mountains, this Wulong takes its name from the narcissus flower. It has a deep roast and floral aroma. It's not as good as the duck shit tea, though. I really feel like that lady turned me on to some crack, and that's, like, dangerous. Okay, let me get my little figgies in here. Thankfully, this is going to be a lot of just heads. I think I'm actually going to be able to do this in this short period of time. Sorry again for being so late, and then I have to dip for office hours at like 2. To assess the sins he's paid for. Only figure in a conversation. A word to swim me through his ears again. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Whoa, Mona Lisa. Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, it's the same feeling that I get when I fucking have students, same feeling I get when I have students, like, answer all of the homework with AI. Like, there's certain things that I just let slide, like fucking discussion posts and stuff, because I'm like, literally, these are the most pointless, baseless ass fucking tasks that they've been given to, like, to you guys to do. So I don't give a shit about that. But as soon as you start turning in like AI art, I'm like, why are you here? Why the fuck are you here? Ah, there you go. Well, and also too, Aqua, interesting story about how if the teacher's using ChatGPT, I can say this with certainty because I fucked around with it. I'm just like really curious. I always want to know like how they work. Like ChatGPT as a grader is insanely lenient. And all this points to is what I would consider a massive systemic issue. Because the AI tool isn't the problem. What this is clear, or making clear, is that, like, and I even feel this way as an adjunct college professor, is that I'm not being paid enough for my time at all. And this has been like a classic issue for teachers for a long time. You know, this is not necessarily like a new issue. Um, but like because the teachers are not getting paid enough, then they go, okay, well, how do I optimize my time so that way I'm not wasting my time? And I'm going to then, you know, these students don't really have the time. Also, they're not really feeling like they want to be here. So why should I care? Why should I care? And so then that leads to laziness. And rather than actually, you know, like for me, for example, I make videos for every single one of my students. Like, unless a student does literally so well that I don't think that they need a video, then I won't do it. But like, honestly, even if they do, I tend to try and make an like industry focused video where I can tell the student like what they did really, really well and how, you know, to go about priming their portfolio and all of those things, because I want them to succeed. And so I recognize that, like, I've had students tell me, like, hey, you know, you're like the best teacher that I've ever had because you actually fucking respond to me. And I'm like, what is everybody else doing? Like, what? You know, like, are you guys just fucking doing nothing as instructors? Like, it's bananas to me. Yeah, this teacher, by the way, does not care about anything except wrestling and soccer teams. And then she has a master's in technical engineering. Oh, yeah, and I guarantee she's got like $1 billion of student loan debt, and she's not, like, that's why she became a teacher, right? And the problem is like, just for some context for kind of like where we as teachers are, I don't know, the administration is really kind of fucking us really bad because effectively what's happening is that as of like the end of this year, the way that student loans work, and this is like a really important thing for young people to be aware of because this was something that I didn't know until recently. Effectively, the way that the U.S. government works for our student loans is that you can get your loans forgiven if you can't pay them off in a specific period of time, right? So, for example, I have $180,000 of student loan debt. If I pay the minimum payments and I'm unable to pay off that amount in, say, 20 years, it might be 25, but it's between 20 and 25 years, depending on the person, they will erase all of that student loan debt. And that sounds like a great deal, right? Except for the fact that because of the current administration, the amount that you have erased, so let's say I get down to $75,000, right? That amount will be taxed as income. So in other words, the US government goes, oh, you made $75,000. I didn't make anything, right? I got the debt wiped, but they count it as income. So suddenly that pushes me up into the same tax bracket as like a doctor who's making $175,000 to $200,000 a year. Then I get taxed for that $75,000. And the IRS wants a specific percentage of that back, right? That percentage for me could potentially look like $30,000. So suddenly at the end of me getting my student loans forgiven, I have to pay the IRS $30,000. And there was a period of time, President Biden passed a thing that allowed that student loan forgiveness, that debt, or that amount that is forgiven at the very end to not be taxable. In other words, when it is forgiven, it just goes away. And that is expiring on December 31st, 2025, because the Department of Education wants people to suffer, I guess. And so that's really where a lot of these teachers are coming from, because in their mind, they were like, oh, well, you know what is public student loan forgiveness? Being a teacher. Or if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, if you're a dentist, if you're a firefighter, an EMT, a cop, all of those things count. A librarian, actually, all of those things count as public services. So you get public student loan or public service loan forgiveness, pardon me. So a lot of these people, myself included, become teachers with the hopes that you're going to get that forgiven after 10 years is the projection there. But you have to work in effectively high school or lower in order to get your loans forgiven or be full-time. I'm an adjunct, and so I'm not working full-time. The school will not hire me on full-time. They won't give me any more hours than this, so I don't even get that opportunity, right? And so then I just get dicked 7 ways to Sunday, so that's where I'm sure all of these teachers are at, is that they are effectively trying to bide their time and wait to pay off the student loans for degrees that they were told were important. And then now they realize they're coming to like effectively a moment of existential dread where they're like, yeah, I mean nothing. I literally mean nothing. And I am worthless, which is not true, obviously. Like, I don't feel worthless for the degrees that I got. I recognize it's made me very knowledgeable in my specific field, but they don't care. And other countries do not do this, by the way. Like, if you go and get an education in, like, Canada, for example, you're getting the education of an Ivy League school for the same cost as, like, going to, like, CU Boulder or CU Denver. It's a completely different system. And we are really the only ones that are doing this to our students. Yeah. If I had money to go pay for school out of pocket, I'd go to school here in the U.S., but I don't. So either not go to school or school outside of the U.S. I think that that's a totally valid plan. I don't think that that's crazy at all. I think that learning trades is also very, very valuable. That's partially the reason why I went to the school that I did, because art itself is a trade, but you can become like an electrician, HVAC, plumber, mechanic, construction. All of those things are incredibly valuable. Even learning things like you can self-teach yourself fucking IT at this point, and coding. And many countries need practical IT and coders because the tech industry is booming in such a way. So it's like, do that. It's like, don't feel like you have to do something just because somebody has told you, like, this is the only way to succeed, because it's not. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Nobody say if I approve. Is that a hydrate? Nice. I'm drinking some tea. Oh, and posture. Oh, I was shrimping hard. Everybody sit up straight and stretch. Yeah, if I had experience, I could get a decent position working in IT. Yeah, if you can pick up like little certs and things like that, little certifications, do it. I have a friend who worked at DIA at the airport, and he has since now he is now effectively working jobs that are getting him 6 figures because he did that. And you can do it, you know, and if it's something that you don't hate, that's fine. I recognize like a lot of my issue and where I run into problems, and I'm recognizing that this is more of like a thing that I have to go through myself and work through, and it's now becoming more and more clear to me that it's probably because of neurodivergency more than anything else. But like for me, I am miserable doing anything other than the things that I'm happy doing. So like for example, I tried doing front desk stuff, and I just wanted to like literally light myself on fire. So I'm really stubborn in that sense, where I like will not do anything but that. But if you are comfortable doing it and you can be flexible, do it. And find a way around it. But honestly, getting into school outside of the country is actually not as difficult as people make it out to be. Especially if you're going to a really cool place that is known for international students. It's like, fuck it, just do it. Also, too, you'll be probably moving to a better place. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I want to move this lady, if it's possible to do so. Yeah. Let me bend this woman sitting up a little bit more. Actually, just kidding. I'm just going to move her. This is the easier way to do it. Okay, Mr. Man is demanding some kind of food. Yeah, no, I feel like, yeah, for me, it's like, God, doing things that I dislike is literally like what I would describe as like crippling. My mental health like tanks. It's to the point where it's like I would rather be poor than do something that I dislike. Much rather suffer. Literally would rather suffer than be tortured. So that's put me into some hard lock positions. Like I've had family members say things like, why don't you just get our job doing fast food and stuff to pay for bills and shit? And it's like the thought of that literally makes me want to rip my eyebrow hairs out. I like physically could not do it. Yeah, I want a job where I can do the same task for several hours and not break my body. For real, like literally that's all we ask for, man. Like it's just all I want. That would be dope. Be pretty fucking sick. Oh yeah, you're getting pretty close to graduating, truly. Yeah, it's very, yeah, 2027 is, yeah, a year away, almost. A year and a half. That's crazy. Oh yeah, no, that's a totally normal physical reaction to be having. It sucks. It sucks, but you're unfortunately you're it's really valid. Like your body will wing its shit. Can let me be a brand new song is so beautiful. I might need to go and feed my cat. A long time. Took a bit of time. The song is so pretty. Let me finish blocking this and then I'll feed my cat. Yeah, time is crazy, isn't it? It's like it's really wild because it feels like, oh, this is already cropped. I remember, like, do y'all believe that the Titan submersible exploded in 2023? Like, that was 2 years ago. I feel like I am legitimately crashing out. I don't know. What a beautiful song. Hello? Would really love this. Ugh, I'm suffering. Almost there. Okay, this is gonna look a little funny because her eyes are pointed in the wrong direction, but it'll all work out. Enjoy your nap time! Yeah, that's crazy. It's nuts when you look at, like, yeah, stuff that changed your life that dramatically. It's really wild. Now, I'm still rolling in the fact that, like, I know we were talking about this before, but how freakishly accurate the Nathan shit is to my life and how I don't know how to handle it. All of those events are still happening. And now I'm, like, really scared because I'm like, did I just accidentally predict my future? But on that note, I'm gonna go feed my cat. I'll be right back. Alright, come on, little man. Come on. Oh, little man. You little man. You're just my little man and you need to eat your Florentines. You need to eat your Florentines. Let's see what you got here. Nothing. Nothing. Yep, you get tuna Florentine. I told you it was the Florentines. Oh my goodness. Do you love your Florentines? You do. Come on, Florentine. Okay. Did y'all hear me talking to my cat? I was like out there yelling at him. It's okay. About his Florentines. Yo, he gets this fancy food now that's like chef select, like he gets like this food that has like extra saucy shit and stuff. He got sick of the pate. He was like, if you feed me that again, I will be so fucking angry. So now we give him the fancy cat shit and he's very happy. He just gets really bored really easily, is the main problem. No, he actually almost exclusively will eat wet cat food, actually. And it's because he's missing like half of his teeth. He'll eat the dry food, but he definitely prefers shit that he can lick up. Yeah, some senior cats can really only eat certain things. And my cat technically is a senior cat now. He's old as shit. Yeah, and he still has enough teeth to be able to eat crunchy shit. Like, I'll feed him chicharrones and stuff. He does not care. He loves those chiches. But for the most part, like, we notice what happens if he eats the dry food. It gets stuck back in his, like, back of his mouth where he doesn't have any molars. And then he, like, chokes on it a little bit. So he's okay, but, like, it is low-key suffering. Damn it, for real. Speaking of teeth, I had to get a back molar extracted. Womp womp. Dentists suck. He goes crazy for tomato sauce. Recently he tried to consume eggnog. He was a cat experiencing the Christmas spirit. Which is great and everything, but he can't eat eggnog. God, my hands are cold. I'm a little bit... It's not that cold in here, but I can feel that I'm not warmed up, literally and figuratively. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm glad. Yeah, literally me. And, like, because I don't ever fear pain at the dentist. Like, my dentist is super good about that shit. The needles in my mouth, absolutely the fuck not. I never get to do really, like, beautiful close-ups of Sham like this. He does crave the Mater. I don't know why. And it's only on pizza, too. Yeah, it's something about it. The only downside of him only wanting dry food is that now it is very expensive to feed him. Or sorry, only wanting wet food and not wanting the dry food. Because the dry food is cheaper to produce. And now he's being a little chicken nugget and won't just, like, eat it. And I'm like, sir, please. It's like you could just eat the Crispies, but he can't. He can't do it. Can't do it. Hello? Did you finish your Florentines? He says, yes. I ate my tuna Florentines. He says, don't mind me, I am merely a Florentine man. He says, I don't know what that means, but that's what I am. He just literally, yeah, he wants variety really bad. He's a little bit of a foodie. Here we go again. Is this the gravy guy? Yeah, it is. These guys make brunchcore, is what they call their music. They make food or songs that are explicitly themed around food. Go again. Oh, here we go again. I am one crispy bean. And by that I mean it's really cold in here, actually. But, like, wasn't it supposed to be super warm? I thought it was supposed to be, like, 20 Celsius. Oh, that's tomorrow. And that was yesterday. Today, on the other hand, is chilly. So let me turn up the... heat just a little bit. I am Chilly Billy. Na 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 na. I want to just go back on to working on my Brady concept art, but I can't until I get through commissions. And I'll have like some stuff that I probably am going to be booked for January, unfortunately. And it's like, yay, I love being booked for my job and doing like independent work, but also I really would just like to make money off of just doing my creative shit. That'd be pretty fucking sick. I could feel the blade. That's enough of me. I'm excited to get to like Leon in this comic, but I also know that Leon's not going to show up for like another 40 million years. Because by God, he's like one of my favorite characters. And he has one of the coolest physical character design transformations. Because he has some shit happen. I can't get in the way. I love how he just wants to sit on Jace's chair. He's decided that that is his new favorite spot. I don't know what has been done to the chair. God, my hands are cold. Is it going up? Oh my God. Sometimes, I swear to God, the phone does not connect to the thermostat and nothing changes, and then I'm still freezing. And I'm like, please, you're an application that is supposed to, like, make me warmer. Oh, I think it happened. I physically felt the breeze touch me. I felt it. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here. Wow. Nope. Although that's a good way to check silhouette, though. Please don't do that. This is my favorite part of working on the line art. Ugh. Just slowly building up layers here and depth. Okay, there's that. Wavy. Good old fashioned Hurgus-burgus. Mom is having a breakdown. She's fine. Fine. She's fine. She's fine. Oh, no. Oh, bye, Pen Nib. You will be missed forever. God damn, they really do just disappear into the carpet, though. Pen Nip. No, it's a nip now. Poor Mom. Yeah, she's going through it. Mm-hmm. I am slowly freezing to death. Decided to add this song to my Heaven's Equal playlist because this is actually kind of an intense Leon vibe. I feel like if I had to describe these characters in comparison to like popular animation right now, I would say that the Heaven's Equal team is Sean is like... I'm trying to think of like good character comparisons. Sean's the hardest one in my mind to compare. But I feel like Leon... Wait, why did you... Where is there? Oh, duh. Leon is like fucking Jax from Digital Circus. He's like 90% existential dread, and the rest is like, I absolutely do not give a shit gay energy. Bo is like Husker from Has-Been. Also filled with don't give a shit energy, but also deeply addicted to shit. And Wukong is just himself. He's just pure violence. I don't know if I could compare him to anybody but himself. Made some progress toward getting out of Texas. Oh, that's good, though. Put in my 2 weeks at my job, and I'm going to start to grab my transcripts. Oh, when applying to Canadian colleges out of Oregon. Oregon, amazing. Which colleges are you thinking about going to? Because no shit, my husband just submitted his final transcript to UBC. That's University of British Columbia. Good luck, and I hope that you make it. Oh, judge a user, a user. Oh yeah, nice. I need to pull up my list, but UBC was also on my list. It was a beautiful fucking college. I would highly recommend it. If you can afford to apply to a bunch of them, like literally, that would be... Holy shit, it was amazing. Talk about a good fucking place. And also, like, one of the most LGBT fucking friendly places I've ever been to in my life. When we did the school tour, one of the guys on the student panel was a trans man from South Carolina who fled to Canada also. And it was just really nice to be able to talk to somebody about their experience being super similar to what we were going through. And he also has an anxiety disorder and disabilities. And so it was just all in all, I was like, this is literally the best person we could have fucking talked to. And yeah, it was really nice. Pretend you're a user, a user, You know what? I have the ability to do this. Hold on. Hold the phone there. Hello? Wait. Why would I do this to myself? I don't know why I became a pirate. That's alright, if this was what must be done. No. Look at that. I'm lazy, man. Look at that. And then, unfortunately, she changes too much in posture for me to be able to do that again for any other frames. But, you know what? Haha! Yeah, honestly, after being in Canada for approximately a total of 5 seconds, I'm like, oh, this is how real normal people function? Yeah, I didn't realize that I felt like I was, like, suffocating. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that Jason and I got back and immediately both of us broke out in acne because as soon as we touched back down, we were like, oh yeah, this place is a hellscape. And then it was just, like, super stressful. We'll make it out. I got a good vibe for you. We got it. We got it. They can't keep us here forever. I feel like if you had told me when I was a kid, like, yeah, you're gonna be, as an adult, fleeing the United States, I would have been like, haha, that's silly. Why the fuck would I do that? I would have been like, that's an interesting thing that you're saying to me right now. Hmm. Is the truth no longer? I used to know. Gravity. the world in tow. Sometimes the necks break on these things, and I'm like, model. The model's like, ugh! I'm like, wow. Babe, I sit with you tonight. Possibility. I am your prize. I just want to be able to escape the dystopian state and then write books about it. And then have other people from other countries read it and be like, dang, was this really inspired by your experience in the US? And I'll be like, yup. I have a Court of Snakes 2 coming out next year, and that's effectively like the plot of the book. It's dystopic hellscape. Oh my god. Understood the unmistakable. Two romantics on holiday, though they stole our love. Caged, locked in perpetual motion. Why is Coheed like one of the best prog rock bands, prog metal bands to ever fucking exist? And as far as I can tell, oh cool, they're safe. Thank God. I have been having this string of horrendous luck where all of the metal bands that I like all of a sudden are fucking like crashing out and revealing that they've been fucking transphobic bigots this entire time. And so I'm like, oh cool, so I can't listen to my anti-government music without worrying about whether or not these assholes in these bands are also wanting to kill me too. That fucking sucks. But nope, Coheed's fine. Coheed's fine. Which makes sense because the fucking lead singer is Hispanic. And I'm like, thanks, Claudio. And they're super pro LGBT issues, so I was like, there's no way in hell that you guys can be cursed. Like, you guys are fine, right? You guys are fine. And the answer was, yes, Coheed is fine. Yeah, I watched like a singer of a band that I liked have like a fucking crash out over Charlie Kirk, and it was like, oh, I guess you're not safe anymore. And then all of his fans were like, what the fuck? Like, they were really mad, and then he lashed out at them, and I'm like, okay, well, have fun with that, I guess. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And a lot of like the band's fans are like LGBTQ plus people, disabled vets. Like, it was just a very weird take to have, and a lot of the people in the fan base were just really confused and upset. Which is understandable. And it's like, I'm good separating the art from the artist to some degree, but not when it's like that. Not when you have that level of influence. You can't be doing that kind of shit. Yeah, because I've recognized like a lot of like, for example, like Israeli bands and like singers have taken a not like what I would call like a net neutral, but like a like we don't support our government stance, which is as much as they can do without risking their own lives. So I'm like, that issue's fucking complicated, and like people have to deal with it in the best way that they can. But if you live in the United States and you're an American and you do shit like that, it's like, nope, sorry, bro. And this is where you don't get my support ever again. This is where you die. Like, I've been having the hardest time trying to explain to my mom that India now has better transgender rights to some degree than we do in the United States. In July of 2025, India recognizes trans women as women. The Andhra Pradesh High Court rules that trans women are legally women and are entitled to protections like cisgender women, rejecting biological reproduction as the bar to womanhood. Building on a Supreme Court recognition of third gender in 2014 and subsequent court affirmations of self-identification and rights. So as of right now, highly conservative India has better trans rights than we do in some states in the US. And I was like, if the place where Bulldozer Baba can fucking come from can figure this shit out, then what are we doing? And obviously things aren't there, or over there aren't perfect, but like, that's pretty fucking... The bar is low. That's the point, is the bar is fucking low. Yeah, they got a lot of other fucking issues, so I definitely wouldn't say that, like, things are, like, super, super good over there, but, like, at least trans women... I don't know, they have an interesting, like, cultural view of being trans in Hinduism, so that's part of the reason why they were able to, I think, pull it off. Oh my god. I feel like fucking Tina from Bob's Burgers. Tina Belcher, the Belchers. That's who I feel like right now. I'm just like, oh. The bar is in hell. Yeah, right? I wouldn't even do Satan a dirty like that. I'm sure even Satan is like, what the fuck? Poor Satan was just trying to be like a fucking, Oh, I gotta go in like 10 minutes. He was just trying to be like pro, feminism. I feel like was Satan's whole deal. And then God was like, oh, going against the patriarchy, not in my house, and then freaked out. It's like, oh, interesting story. It's like, that ain't great. Oh, actually, this is not right. I'm just not even going to worry about it. It doesn't have to go over. Ugh, I don't want to go do these office hours. Oh, what? What is happening? What is happening to you? Whoa. Oh, are we back? My internet apparently just took a fucking dive for a second there. We good? It looks like we're okay. We still good? The internet had what I would call a fart. I've noticed that on Quantum Fiber, I have not had nearly as many issues as I have on Comcast historically on Xfinity. So, like, good job, guys. It's very rare for those things to happen anymore. Yeah, no, that was definitely on my end. Definitely not Twitch. That was definitely an internet hiccup. I could see it in OBS. Need to go and make sure all my fucking students are not, like, dying. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do when they don't even submit to, like, the midweek critiques and stuff either. Like, they'll write text, and I'm like, I can't give you a critique on your art if you are just like, this is my idea for what I want to draw. And I'm like, okay, there's nothing for me to critique here, so good luck, I guess. And I get it. I feel like it ties back into what we were talking about in the Discord earlier, if y'all saw that. About people being really reactive on the internet. But I actually think that people are having, like, a massive crash out. Like, there are more people applying for disability accommodations in universities than ever before in the mental health department. Because I think that legitimately young people are just fucking crashing out, and there is nothing that we can really do about it. And so I'm seeing that happen in real time at the university level, where kids are just they're not turning shit in, and they're not finishing their school. And it's like, I don't expect anything from them, But also, I recognize that that's really fucking unfortunate that that's what's happening because they don't deserve that. But it also makes it feel like my time is being wasted, so it's like, ain't great. Yeah, because they like, I've definitely experienced like senioritis before, because I totally understand, yeah, where you're coming from, Chips. I've felt it. I think pretty much anybody coming to the end of, especially high school, gets hit with that really fucking bad. But yeah, I teach mostly freshman level classes at like the college level, and it's like, holy shit. I've never seen like this bad of like lack of submissions or just like lack of apathy. And it's almost like, and like, I don't know, I don't want to ever throw anybody under the bus, but it's like, I feel like kids have less problem solving skills than I did when I was in college. Where, like, for example, if you have an issue with your drawing tablet, why don't you reach out to tech support, right? Like, we have a campus-wide tech support that can help you fix those problems. Or why don't you hook up with the Student Learning Center to double check your like technology. Like, they can help you diagnose it live on a Discord call or at a Google Meet or something. You know what I mean? Instead, the kids just freak out and then don't turn anything in. And I'm like, why would that be your first resort? You know what I mean? You didn't reach out to me. You didn't reach out to the department head. You didn't reach out to your academic advisor. You didn't reach out to the SLC. You didn't reach out to tech support. You didn't reach out to the light. I'm like, are you guys okay? You know what I mean? And so it's a very weird situation. Yeah, I can say the admin over at REMCAT ain't great, but like, I'm trying my fucking damnedest to like drag these kids across the finish line, and about halfway through the course I have to like effectively give up because they like legit, like, I can only drag a dead corpse so far, you know what I'm saying? This lady's having a crash out. Yeah, and some schools are worse than others. Like, pretty much any for-profit institution is going to be kind of shitty, which is what REMCAT is. So definitely not saying that like they don't care. But like, if you as a student don't reach out and do anything, it's like we can't help you. Alright, well, I guess I gotta go. It's about that time. Part of me is like, I might just finish this up and try and get through this. Help her. She's freaking out. So we did finish the other page, and then now we're pretty much most of the way through this. If I can actually get through this before the end of or before I go on break, that would be great. So I do have streams next week. I'm going to be working on commissions on Monday, mostly reference sheets for Blueberries on Monday, and then I'm going to be back on Tuesday starting work on writing that very first Von Altus novella. So if you want to come and join me for that, I'm very, very excited about that. And I think I'm just going to publish them. I'm going to do Kickstarter for them all at once, I think. And just kind of go for it. So if you want to join me next week, I'd love to have you. And then I'm going to be going on break for a holiday so that I don't have to work or stress out or die. So I will see you all then. Thanks again so much to Cal for that 32-month sub. Holy God. And then also to everybody who has been subscribing to me on YouTube, because somehow I made a gay demon video, and that excites people apparently. So thanks to Fikido, Kane, Shatterot, let's see, Lee, we got JP, Plaster, Brittany. Those are some of the ones that I can see. So thank you so much for all of that support. Yeah, I do a lot of videos over on my YouTube long form. I post like once a month, but my last one was on gay demons in literature and how they have kind of shaped the course of gay fiction as we know it today. Yeah, it kind of blew up, which is crazy. Blew up for me. Normally I get like 4 views on my long form videos, and this one is now up to like 3,000, which is insane. So thank you so much for that support and for jumping aboard if you're over on the YouTube side. I really do appreciate it a lot. And I will be back on Monday with some commission work, so I will see you then. Bye-bye.